Your Pip-Boy has received a signal. Coordinates that lead to the canyon wreckage west of Prim. Following its coordinates are the words Courier 6, signed Ulysses. Hey guys, and CSPN 001 here for part 83, I believe, of Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time, back in the Wasteland, we returned to the Wasteland, and we did some various stuff back here. I just did some sort of cleaning up stuff, I guess you could call it. So, as you can see there, I have now downloaded Lonesome Road. The only reason I downloaded it, though, was so that I can get the 5 extra levels, but like I've said before, I may one day include this level in the Let's Play. So that could happen one day. No guarantees yet, but I think it's a definite possibility that I'll end up doing it someday in the future. Probably would be sometime in the first quarter of next year, of 2014, I mean. So yeah, I just went ahead and downloaded it though for those 5 extra levels because there's a chance we're going to hit level 45 by the end of this thing. So anyway, here's what we need to do. We need to head on in here and talk to Arcade Gannon.
If you're looking for medical help, try...
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of barrel cacti and other as far as fruitless wastes of time.
I don't really need more stim packs, but that's still cool.
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using... But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways.
You don't sound too enthusiastic.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language that Caesar speaks?
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were... It's unfortunate that the language is now associated. Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotape. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from...
How do you know much about him?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers.
That's
he
interesting.
Wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions. If you set aside... Oh, if I got...
Do you need any help?
Personally, no.
Would you like to come with me? I could use someone skilled in medicine.
You've helped the followers, so you can't be entirely bad. To be honest, as long as you keep working to help people... Alright, let's not waste any time. There are people out there...
So, basically, to recruit Gannon...
I'm not exactly a mercenary, but taking out...
You actually have a couple different things you can do, and I need to give him some body armor soon, even though we won't be keeping him for that long. But the thing is, you can actually also get him, even if you aren't that friendly with the followers, if you give him... I think it's like if you pass a speech challenge that's at 80 points or something, if I remember correctly. It's something like that. You can still get him with a high speech skill if you don't, or maybe even a high medicine skill if you aren't friendly with the followers. But I am very well liked by the followers of the Apocalypse, so I did not have to worry about that. So the next thing to do would be to get him a decent suit of armor temporarily, or just some kind of armor temporarily, because we're going to be heading to a couple different places. We have to take him to a couple different places to recruit him. And one of them isn't really occupied, I don't think. I think we actually have cleared it out in the past. The other one, not so much. Let's see, I believe the RepCon headquarters will be our first destination. But like I said, I want to try to find him some body armor. I'll just give him like leather armor or something. They'll give him a little more protection. Eddie's pretty good on his own though. Eddie's pretty strong. Can't remember if we have to go inside or not. Let's go inside. Because I believe that this is one of the places. I may be wrong. It may be somewhere else, but I don't know. Gannon, did I take you to the correct place?
I've read about RepCon. I think they did some work with the... the government.
What kind of prototypes?
Plasma rifles. They were intended to... There was some corporate espionage going on between Poseidon Energy's project Semele and whatever.
How do you know so much about this?
Stop thinking.
Aw, you're not giving me an answer. But yes, we did need to do that. So, that's been done correctly. So that's one place that we need to go. The second place that we need to go is a little more on the dangerous side. And it's also middle of the night, so well, it's not middle of the night, it's only like 8 o'clock, and that's like how late it is when it gets dark here. Or actually, no, it gets dark earlier than that. But either way, we have a second place we need to head off to. Once we take into this place, we should be able to start on 4 Auld Lang Syne. We have to head down to the crashed vertibird, and we'll head from this Matthews Animal Husbandry Farm place thing. So yeah, this is all necessary to help recruit the Enclave remnants. And it's a fairly well-kept secret. I don't think a ton of people actually know how to do this. How to recruit them, so I'm hoping that I can help out some people, because like I said, I don't think it's the most commonly known thing. Between videos, I did a lot of trading, a little bit more trading and stuff. Like, I ended up selling my minigun to buy a bunch of upgrades for the assault carbine. I also bought some 12 gauge ammunition, and I think I sold and bought a couple other things. And I did go around looking for 9mm submachine gun upgrades, but I don't think I ended up finding any. No, I didn't, unfortunately. Even though I'm sure that there are some, and feral ghouls, perfect. But I'm not worried about the ghouls, really. There's only a couple of them down here. Like I said, I would have liked to have had Ganon have some armor coming down to here. But, like I said, I have a bigger worry coming up, and it's going to be down in that hole down there. We no longer have Boone with us as a spotter, sniper person. Ganon, as you can see, gives us the better healing perks, so I guess we, heal better and stuff. But more importantly, he uses a plasma weapon, which is actually kind of cool, but he actually does have the lowest health of any humanoid companion. If I can, I'm going to try to pick some of these guys off from here, because there's a lot of enemies down there.
Hey, I'll do my best.
Actually, I'm going to put on my armor-piercing rounds. Because these are all going to be robots, so I'd rather have the armor-piercing. Come on. Hold still, Mr. Gusty. I don't want to waste my one stealthy shot. Direct hit! Perfect shot. As you may remember, sentry bots tend to be better to fight by shooting them in the chest instead of the head, because the head is more heavily armored. At least that's how it was in Fallout 3. It may have changed in this game. Got him! Alright, Mr. Gusty. As you can see, they do have quite a bit of health, even with armor-piercing ammunition. But the funny thing is, they can't even seem to figure out where we are right now. I'm just pounding away at them with some armor-piercing ammunition. I'll have to buy a little bit more before the final battle, because it does help to a degree in the final battle to have armor-piercing rounds. It's not necessary, but it does help, so yeah. And the 308 armor-piercing rounds aren't horrible to buy or get access to, so I think it's a good idea to have them. Especially considering they're about the only weapons that'll hurt these hardened sentry bots in a reasonable amount of time, that is. You can eventually take them out with other weapons, and plasma weapons are okay, but... Is he just gonna stand still? Okay, I'll take that. Looks like probably 4 or 5 more of them down there. Lots of electron charge pack ammunition and missiles. I also repaired my laser RCW with my last weapons repair kit. Uh-oh. That one's got the jump on us. He may... Oh, wow, he didn't do anything. This is the tough area. Let's look at how many enemies there are here. And the fact that Ganon's, like, close to dying. Thank God we have Eddie here. Wow. Great job, guys! Holy cow. Great freaking job. Dude, you were like 10 times better than Boone there, Ganon. Great job. That was a perfect fight. Took almost no damage fighting him. Ganon's close to dead, but he'll heal on his own. Great fight, guys. Commend you for that. I'd give you virtual cookies if I could. You can have an imaginary cookie if you so desire, because I can give you that. Come on down, guys. The crashed vertibird, skeleton, and the Tesla beaten prototype.
A vertibird. Interesting.
When was that?
Huh.
Okay, now we're going to want to talk to him.
Helping the NCR is better than helping Mr. House, but I don't... If the NCR can take full control of Freeside and this... Besides, even if New Vegas eventually gets representation in the NCR...
Okay, well, he prefers you to go independent, but...
I'm really very bored.
Arcade, I'm asking you because I'm interested. Don't put yourself down. We're not going to listen to too much of his background for now, but...
Honestly, it isn't too difficult if you have half a brain and aren't a... New Vegas is in trouble.
That's true, I technically do only have half a brain because I got shot in the head.
We may have overextended ourselves by setting up camp. Only to obfuscate... I'm joking, of course. I will
Okay, I believe it will be another couple of days until maybe he actually does talk to us. It's something weird. I don't completely remember. There it is. Yep, there it is. Never mind. Yes, of course.
Any day now? We're getting caught up in something important out here. Hell, after how you handled Benny, you're practically right. I know I'm just along for the ride.
How would you be able to help
I
out?
wasn't always with the... My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave. A remnant of America's... Memories being short around here, not a whole lot of people remember them. But they did bad. Eventually someone stopped them. I was born a few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro.
The person that actually stopped them was the playable main character of Fallout 2, because, spoilers here guys, but at the end of Fallout 2, I can't remember who they were called in the game, just maybe the Vault Dwellers Descendant, I guess you could call them, went out to the oil rig and wiped out the Enclave and killed the so-called US president, and basically destroyed the entire West Coast chapter of the Enclave.
A lot of different places. I only know what I was told. My mother never told me what happened to my father, but she and I went south with some... When the NCR learned that Enclave personnel had integrated, we kept moving to the fringes.
What happened to Navarro?
After the Enclave's command structure fell apart, it was only a... My mother and I left with some of the troopers from my father's old unit. Anyone who didn't get out was killed by the NCR. Even some of the ones who escaped were eventually hunted down by the Brotherhood of Steel.
Pretty much.
The Enclave did a lot of bad things, but there were good people in them. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think that...
So, do you want them to help the NCR?
That's a hard question to answer. So militarily, yes, I want them to help NCR, if possible.
Say no more.
Great.
I'll do it.
I'd like you to talk to the old-timer, but you're a big part of what's happening out here. I've kept in contact with him over the years, so I know I'm not always the most serious guy around.
Okay, guys, so we can now begin For Auld Lang Syne, which I'll say this again in the next video, but I believe it means something along the lines of for old time's sake, to a degree. Something like that, I'm not totally sure. So we have quite a few places we need to head off to, though, and talk to them in. All over the map. This is going to be the troublesome one, because we have to do an entire other side quest, I believe, to make him come with us. So, let's start out with the close one in Novak. And I'm probably going to take this armor off whenever we head into NCR territory, because for some reason I got attacked by, like, Crimson Caravan Company when I was off screen, and I mean, I ended up resetting it, but it was really weird, and I don't want to risk getting attacked. Okay, so now that we are in Novak, so yeah, we have 5 different people to talk to, so this is going to take a little while. But 4 of them are fairly easy to get. Like I said, the only one that's tougher to get is up in Jacobstown. This may be the wrong room. It might be the one below us. Oh, no it is not. Hello.
Your travels been...
Arcade asked me to find you. I'm recruiting the remnants and we need your piloting
Told you
skills.
everything about us, did he? There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there.
What she's saying there with the part of the code, there is a location out in the middle of nowhere up here, the remnants bunker, that we will need to enter. However, you cannot truly get into it, into the command room and stuff at least, without a passcode, a 5-word passcode that each member of the remnants has a letter of, or a word of. So because of that, well, can't do anything until we gotta get all 5 of them. Also, I believe if you have killed any of these 5 people before the quest starts or during the quest, you automatically fail it because you need all 5 people's words. But the reward for it is quite well worth it.
Since my mother died, she flew him out on over a dozen missions. There have been some good men along the way, but lovers. Being in the enclave didn't mean much to her. As screwed up as it sounds, at least she was a part of something.
Okay, that's 1 down. Like I said, I'm going to take the armor off temporarily. Just so that I don't get, like, murdered going somewhere randomly. Next up, let's head over to the NCR Sharecropper Farms. I want to try to get 2 of them, maybe 3 of them recruited in this video, if possible. By doing this, as I've previously stated, you'll get access to the best armor in the entire game. Okay, so it's directly behind us. The heck is that guy doing over there? But like I've said previously, you will get access to the best armor in the game by doing this. So I would say that it is 100% worth doing for that purpose, because it's a pretty easy quest. It's not one of the more difficult ones in the game, but that lag's starting to scare me a little bit. I don't want to risk having to go back to those places and fight that stuff again. Once that saves, we will be perfectly safe. Well, at least safe from having to basically restart, but you guys get what I mean. You guys get what I mean. I won't have to redo it. Alright. See, I'd like to at least get a 2nd person recruited in this video, potentially up to 3 if possible, but it looks like the game's lagginess may not let that happen. Orion Moreno's house. Hello, good man. I need to talk to you.
Looks like I forgot to lock the doors.
Arcade and I were looking for you. We're gathering the remnants.
In a while, Arcade.
Your advanced level of tech would be useful in settling things.
Is that right?
I haven't decided.
You haven't decided.
Do you have a preference?
I wouldn't mind cutting down a few
I want the Legion... I want to help the Legion defeat the NCR.
Alright then. Arcade might have mentioned there's a passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My part...
Okay.
Moreno took the fall of the enclave hard. To him, it was all one unbroken chain, from Washington to Richardson. He said, "Kiss America goodbye, boys."
Okay. 2 down, 3 to go. So I believe you do have to lie to him, because if you're working with the NCR, no matter which side you take, I believe that you'll end up having someone not agree with it. Because you have to ask them to either fight the Legion or fight the NCR, and I believe, like I just said, either way, one of them will not agree to it. Okay, so Cannibal Johnson's Cave is our next location. But actually, guys, I think I'm just going to cut it off here, and since we're already on like 20 minutes, so next time we will continue recruiting the remnants. So, see you guys then.